Oh yeah.
Heading up through the mountains, away from the coast. Gonna go explore the Pamukkale region. Another really nice room here. That's a pretty nice view out here on this balcony. So you can see this highly calcified region from the road. We're about to go in there. This is what we've come to see. We're not only here to see the Travertine Terraces, we're here to see Hierapolis, which was the Roman city developed around the thermal baths that are here. All right, here are the thermal pools. Man, those look really warm. They're not very deep though. Oh, here we go. This is really spectacular. It's very warm too. I'm standing in it. Coming in over the ruins. So we had originally planned to come in at the south gate and walk up from our hotel, but our guide told us that we should park up here instead, which we did have to pay for. But I'm glad because Tony really does not like to put his feet in wet things and does not like to be barefoot. And you would have to walk barefoot through all of this, which I would have been like, yes. But he would have been like, no. Here's just another view of that walk up along the pools. Sometimes you just get thirsty, you know? Inside here is the ancient Cleopatra pool, where you can swim amongst the ruins.
Alyssa is on her way to get into this water. It's an ancient pool. It's basically just like a lazy river from antiquity. She's trying to navigate through the ruins. I guess she's having a hard time because they are everywhere. She's made it past one obstacle. Oh, she just nimbly leapt over another. Oh, there was a twirl. I feel like this is some sort of Ninja Warrior Aquatic Antiquity edition.
Well, this is the fullest theater we've seen since the Marvel movie. Really a massive complex here. Some people have little golf carts and they're riding around to all the little different sites. You see the balloons coming in. We did not decide to do a balloon ride here, but it is certainly popular. Ooh, from our balcony, we can see the balloons this morning and a little bit of the Pamukkale. I'm really gonna miss these spectacular buffet breakfasts. It goes all the way around the room. Ooh, our first day with frost. Frost on the windshield. Here we are in Laodicea, another ancient ruin. But this one, tell us about it, Tony.
The largest stadium they've ever uncovered?
Yeah, the largest they've ever found. Tony thinks it would be really neat if they would just put like an entire city back together so you could really feel like you're there. I think it's the Disney adult in him, but I agree. I think it would be pretty neat. They've been reconstructing this site pretty recently and they're still excavating. And they've got this wall put together. You can kind of see how it used to be a really stunning city. Tony thinks I'm taking a picture, but I'm really taking a video.
I can hear you.
So the church here is an innovative design built in the 4th century during the reign of Constantine. And it has been very well preserved. The mosaic floors are still very well intact. Look at that.
Very helpful imagery so that you can see how they pooped back then. They also sat down.
Seems to be one of the most comprehensive actual history museums that we've encountered so far, where it's going to walk us through everything, which is nice. This area, we have learned, was very well renowned for its textiles there in Laodicea. In fact, there is even a tombstone in Lyon, France, which we have been to, for a merchant, for a Laodicean textile salesman. Who knew? Definitely the best museum that we've visited so far in Turkey. So if you're in the area, come and visit. This is another one of the houses that Ataturk would have stayed in that has been turned into a museum. Hello, everyone. Definitely guessing this is the room that he stayed in when he was here. Here is just the teeniest, tiniest, cutest little 13th century BC Hittite figurine. Well, this is our last full day with this car, and we've been reflecting that there is just really no way that we could have seen Turkey and really seen Turkey without renting a car. And even though the Turkish drivers are pretty unpredictable and wild, Tony, I think, has done the driving. So, would you agree?
It's just that lanes are more of guidelines, I guess. Like they will drive, they will straddle a lane, they will come into your lane very quickly. There's never any signaling. They'll pass on either side of you. They'll drive the wrong way up a one-way street. Like, it's just fluid. Like, the whole blacktop area is driving area as far as they're concerned. So you just have to be ready for it, and it's fine. It's not like we've seen a lot of accidents or anything, so I can't say they're unsafe. It's just unexpected from an American perspective.
But we're very glad that we had the cars, that we could kind of drive and see and stop and do everything on our own schedule. Because when we see these giant bus tours, we're like, no way. So anyway, if you're considering it and you're watching this video,
Get a car.
Get a car. It's really great. I'm struck by the ruins, but also by these donkeys just laying here everywhere. Well, Ephesus is certainly much busier than most of the other ruins that we've been to visit on our trip. Really popular with cruise ships. They usually stop here. In fact, I've stopped here on a cruise ship before. This is my second visit. I was here in my 20s, so it's been quite a while. One of my favorite facts about this place is that it is where Mark Antony and Cleopatra were married. So romantic. Hold my hand. I wouldn't be a very good teacher if I didn't emphasize the library of Celsus. So this is a special area that you have to get extra into, but our passes let us in, of the terrace houses of the people who lived here. That arch is very high. You can see the mosaics through the glass, but it's a little scary. Oh. Here's the welcoming committee right here. St. John's Basilica here. These cards have really been so easy to use. You just put them in the machine, it lights up, you go through, easy peasy. So this is what the basilica would have looked like in the Byzantine era. We were here back when. Citadel looks like it has fared better. So this area never really fell to the Seljuks except for a very short period of time during the Crusades. But the castle has fared so well because the Ottomans did bolster it, and you can see elements of Ottoman style in this fortress. It's our final day with the car. It's raining. We're a little sad to say goodbye to the car. I'm a little anxious about what it's going to be like to return the car because the tolls are all automatic by the license plate. So I'm like, how many tolls did we get? I don't know. We'll find out. We seem to have made it. Bye, car. We'll miss you. But no problems. Easy peasy.
And please corners.
We were just stopped on the street and asked to give our passports to some guy in a van. They did have police on their badges and stuff, so we did it, but it was a little bit weird. They let us check in early, which is always nice, and they gave us the top floor, which means that we have a pretty nice view of the city for something a little bit different.
Sözlerime başlamadan önce
It's taking me back. Really cool free museum here though, not just about Turkey, but radio and democracy all over the world. There's a room dedicated just to the protesting of Turkish women and the ways that they were able to influence laws in this country. We have found ourselves some more old ruins. Yeah, Izmir sits on the site of an ancient city that was known as Smyrna, with connections to the legendary Alexander the Great, who had a dream of the city and then it was built. This was one of the first renovations that they did under the Republic, and so it is a really notable historical place right in the middle of this very huge city. It is the third largest city in Turkey. Dog party. This should be our last archaeology museum of this trip. The museums are nice because this is basically where they house all of the items that are found in ruins that we also visit. So they're basically complements of each other. Like, for example, when we see the mosaics in the actual ruins, all you can see is like the dusty. But here you can see the colors and how it would have looked. Because bronze was melted down, very few remnants like this would have lasted. So this is a rare artifact. We are here at the Izmir Clock Tower with the pigeons, waiting a food tour. Tony's looking for our guide. I know it's really strange to wait until the very end after we've eaten so much delicious food for a food tour, but we're kind of excited just to get a little context for all the food that we've been eating, so hopefully you guys will too.
It's coming from Jewish culture. The biggest market in the world. All historical buildings.
What are we looking at here? Beans, rice, and pickles. But what's this one?
This is eggplant with meat
Oh,
and green pepper, tomato, and parsley.
mulberry juice. Some pickle juice. You want some?
I had some.
And they cut it in front of everyone.
These are circumcision outfits.
Sometimes.
So my fortune is about to be told by my Turkish coffee cup.
Your fortune,
Okay.
your energy.
All right. Oh, is it in this? So what am I looking for?
You see the shapes?
Yeah, there's some shapes up on the edges there.
Imagination.
All right, I see some leaves.
It's very intricate design, actually.
I see,
Very
you know what?
intricate design.
I see leaves, and
I see the leaves. Yeah.
you know what? I think this means that I'm gonna do a long hike. I bet it means I'm gonna hike across Montana next summer. So this is real Turkish meatball.
Put inside cream. Okay, little cream.
What do you think?
Close.
All right. A bit of a late start this morning. It was pouring down rain on our last day here in Izmir, our last day in Turkey. Walking through Culture Park, just trying to enjoy the last few museums here before we head home. Some more wild parrots here. We haven't seen any of those since we were at Ataturk's mausoleum. Well, we lied. We're now at this old, it's basically a retired cigarette factory. Cigarette factory that has been turned into like 12 different museums. So we are now at more archaeology museums. But this one is definitely more modern in that it's giving context and not just displaying a bunch of relics, which we definitely appreciate. These terracotta figurines are so intricate. And this guy made them right here. Gotta get our last Turkish teas in. Tony, what did you do?
Just got close to the sticks and they started talking.
Here we are on the Aegean in Izmir. And apparently across the water is where they were most affected in 2020 by a terrible earthquake out at sea that sent a tsunami in and had to they destroyed a bunch of houses out there. Our final Ataturk museum. Gotta go to one in every city. This museum has a really nice chronology of his life from birth to death. Nice. Heading to the airport.
Yep, almost over.
Well, we have just had a spectacular time in Turkey. We recommend it to anyone who's thinking about coming to visit. We're at the airport now. We're sad to go home. We are very much looking forward to seeing our students and telling them about the wonderful time and all the things that we learned in Turkey.